Okay. Well, it's 5 o'clock. I'm gonna open the meeting. We would start with the pledge of allegiance, and Jack, you want to open with prayer for us?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Father, we just want you to be in this meeting tonight, Lord, and help us to make the right decisions, Lord, for this community and our constituents, Lord. Just thank you for who Jesus Christ is. Just pray for your blessing in Christ's name. Amen.
Yeah. All right. I'd like to welcome everybody here. Welcome, Bobby. The minutes of the July meetings, everybody read them?
I went through them. I'll make a motion to both be approved.
I'll second that.
All right, been motioned and seconded to approve the minutes of July. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
By opposed? All right. Greg,
Sir.
you're up. If you would, go to the thing up there, because, we gotta broadcast this thing live.
Okay.
Makes it better. Thank you.
Who all wants or needs a packet? Robert, you want one?
Yes, please.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, sir.
It's our town health insurance renewal. Okay.
Yeah, we're not seeing much in the way of change for next year, which hopefully is a good thing for you guys. Hopefully everything's worked smoothly and you've been pleased. If you'll flip on through to about page 3, that says two-tier network info at the top. SIHO is adding some additional network coverage to you for the coming year. Everyone that is currently in network should still be, unless they choose to opt out of the network. But that would be up to the provider's decision. But you should only be gaining and hopefully not losing any additional providers.
Okay.
So an expanded network. If you go to the next page, you in the blue, you will see your current plan and rate, and the same plan and rate for next year, with only about a 1.4% increase in premium, which for healthcare in this day and age is, in my opinion, is pretty good. A year-over-year change. I went back and looked, and from 24 to 25 is about 3.2%. So less than half that for the coming year. So hopefully that pleases you as it did me.
Yeah.
Not losing anything.
Huh?
We're not losing.
Not losing anything. Yeah. If you flip to the next page, that is just some other options with higher deductibles out of pocket for the employees, and kind of shows you the associated premiums, what happens if you do that. If you guys want to review that and
Which one of these columns is best on page?
on the renewal options,
Yeah.
your current is the first column, and then every column after that is a different deductible out-of-pocket limit. They get higher as you go across the page.
Yeah, I just went through the first.
Yeah, you are currently the first column, correct. After that, it just kind of gives you your current dental and vision options. Well, you don't have dental, you have vision. Or I'm sorry, you got that the other way around. You got vision and you don't have dental in this plan, except for pediatric. The ACA plans require you to offer pediatric vision and dental for anyone under 19. So that is included in that, and that's what these pages are reflecting. There's no change in either the plan payments or the premiums charged for that from the prior year. So that didn't change at all. And lastly,
I got a question first.
yes, sir.
I assume the census has not changed since this quote was made, has it? Or who, we're trying to, we got any pending ones that? No. Okay.
If you flip to the very back, there's a stapled together thing there. That's just an information that you might find interesting. It's on preventative health benefits. There's kind of some frequently asked questions about what is a preventative health benefit, when does it become not a preventative health benefit, and then lastly, there's a schedule of what services, vaccines, those type of things for adults and children that are considered preventative health benefits that is supplied at no cost to the employee. A couple things that has come up in the past that I've answered and it's addressed in here is, say you have something that's normally considered a routine preventative health benefit, for instance, a colonoscopy. They're recommended every 10 years. You get one every 10 years. That's considered routine. No additional cost. It's covered 100%. They find an issue. You have cancer. You have a polyp or something. And that your doctor starts to recommend that becomes on a more frequent schedule. Say he wants it every 3 years instead of 10. Then that 3-year schedule then becomes a medical issue, and it's not a preventative. It becomes subject to the deductible and copays associated with that. So,
Okay. Robert, Daniel, you guys are the ones that have to, is everything working good with this plan?
It has been very smooth, and Greg has been very responsive. Everything came up, but I haven't heard, and I was here first, I haven't heard from any employee that's been dissatisfied or had any major issues with our current. Daniel can attest to that.
well, that pleases me to hear that as well.
Figure's just a little bit of difference between the bottom figure on page 5 and the bottom figure on page, whatever the next page is. It's got all the plans there. One's 597, one's 750, one was the second one got on there that the person does.
Page 5.
That's probably the life page.
There is life insurance in there.
Yeah. The first page is just strictly the medical.
John, any other questions?
I think we need to do it.
All right.
I'll make a motion that we renew this for another year.
I'll second that motion.
Been motioned and seconded to renew our insurance. All those in favor say aye. Anybody opposed? Okay, Greg, thank you for coming.
Greg, you're welcome to stay, but you won't hurt our feelings if you leave.
Okay, Robert, there is a paper in there to just say you want to renew, and I need that signed and filled out and sent in. I can get with you next week on getting that done and then get that faxed in.
All right, Greg,
I'll
thank
come over and
you.
pick that up from you.
We
You
appreciate
know, it might not hurt this last page if all the employees got a copy of that so they would
Sure.
know what the preventative care is.
Sure.
They may already have it, I don't know. So.
Yep, I'll be happy to print that out. I can bring it over when I come and Robert can distribute those with paychecks or however you normally do that.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks, Greg, for
Thanks,
everything.
Greg.
Thank you.
Okay, Darren, you're next on the agenda.
All right, yeah. I'm Larry and Darren Huddleston. I'm wanting to do carriage rides and incorporate it with different events in the town. With the October the 8th is the front porch concert, and then like I've been up here at the Food Truck Frenzy, and I guess next month is the last one of that. But then we're wanting to offer them from November on Friday nights. We have like the dates that we can get, but on Friday evenings and stuff, when they can come down to the ice cream parlor and take a ride through historic Orleans. And I'm learning where all the houses are and all that is. I've already put you guys, the town of Orleans, on the certificate of insurance. I sent a copy to Robert, and I would have made 3 copies, I apologize, but I can give it to whoever.
Sure, just give it to Robert.
Okay, I was gonna bring the hard copy.
Thanks.
And that's liability, through them. And that's what I'd like to do. It brings a lot of the kids. Since I got there, I've already had 3 rides with kids and parents, and then they take pictures with the horse. That's no charge. I charge $5 a person because it is a small community and people don't have a lot, to help them out, and they get to enjoy it and everything. And so it's seemed to be taken off, just like the approval of the town to, on select nights, be up there.
Is that the only time you're gonna do it, on Thursday night?
So I'm up here to represent 1847 Historical Home. That's who I'm representing tonight. Sadie cannot be here because she's the only one in the ice cream parlor, and she even offered free food for someone to work for her. So she can't come here to represent Hometown Scoops, but she's got all this information and she'd be up here talking about it, but she left it to us guys. So the whole big picture of it is once again, bringing people to downtown, enlightening the downtown, bringing foot traffic to the downtown merchants on any given night. So Darren and I are working together as me as the oldest house in town owner. Darren has a carriage service. Sadie has an ice cream parlor. So we thought, why don't we collaborate the 3 together and see if we can come up with offering tours around our historical town, and just not offer that to people that live in Orleans. We are going to offer that to people that are traveling to French Lick for the Polar Express. And they're going to be like prepaid rides. So it's all going to be booked online. So Sadie's taking care of all that part of it. I'm taking care of the house. He's taking care of the carriage. Hometown Scoops is not directly involved in it. We're just sort of sponsoring it. We're going to give them a coupon for certain percent off after they ride the carriage. We're probably going to have like s'mores and hot chocolate out there just to try to enhance the atmosphere in the fall and the Christmas. As most people know, if you leave Orleans and you talk about Orleans, one thing they remember is fall and Christmas in Orleans. I hear it all of the time, guys. I mean, like, that's one of my favorite towns to go through. If you don't get outside of Orleans and you don't talk to people like that, you never hear it. But I hear it all the time because I travel around the state and people say, man, I go through that town. I love it. It's like, hey, all right. So the food truck frenzy's taken off. We invited Darren to come up there without permission, but it's really done well. The kids are loving it. They're getting educated about horses. He's educating them and he's showing them around our town. So we're wanting to kick this off on October 9th, the same night that has the block party, the fall festival, the concert at our house. We're wanting to start it that night. And then we're going to offer it Friday and Saturdays evenings. He's going to bring his carriage over and sort of like have like a little staging area out there in front.
We don't have to, you're not asking us to put anything up though, right?
No, I'm putting it all up.
Okay.
And I wanted to add the carriage, unlike some other carriages that come around town, my carriage has a poop bag.
That's
If
great.
she does make a mess,
Can you
I
talk
will.
to the Amish about getting the poop?
I didn't want to say it because I knew this was live.
Yeah.
They're not watching.
Okay. Well, anyway, she has a poop bag, and I have lights and all the markers. If she does make a mess, like if for whatever she's in a stride and she misses the bag, and it happens, I can't catch every piece. I will come back after the event's over and I will personally clean it up. I have to do that tonight, actually, 2 spots so far, because she was just in a trot and it bounced out.
So you're staging at Larry's Hometown Scoops? That's where you're staging for your brides?
Go ahead.
And starting in October, just right out front on the road.
Right now I'm on the square.
Are you needing anything like police?
No.
No, we're just
following
needing your support.
Just need our, yeah.
Yeah, say, hey, this is a good idea. We've got the insurance. That's correct. Everyone's got that taken care of.
Are
are you gonna stay staging there on the square?
Just on the food truck frenzy, because they get like, they, get their food or whatever, and then the kids on the playground and the parents and that right there. But then on the October and going forward until next year, it'll be staged in front of his home on the street.
Now, as long as we got a
And
security
you might
manager.
tell about the route, Kim was concerned about
Yeah.
being safe, with traffic and all
Yes,
that.
sure.
You want to tell them kind of what, you kind of worked an idea of where the carriage would run.
Yes.
Yeah, we've worked on it. The route that he's taking tonight off the square is a little different than what he's gonna take moving forward. But we do wanna make the most attractive route, and we're working on that. We're trying to keep it to less than 20 minutes, around 20 minutes or less.
I assume you'd probably stay off the highway.
Oh, absolutely.
It will not cross 30
And we're
seconds.
not gonna cross.
Oh, so you're going.
No, it's everything on the west side. So
Yeah.
we just want to point out some good areas of the west side of Orleans, and maybe that might change when it comes to Christmas time. People might decorate. It's like, hey, this street's really decorated. Let's take them down this street, But I guess.
I mean, they always cross the highway, so.
Yeah,
And
right.
I do myself, but I don't do it with customers. So,
So no, we're not asking for anything. We're just asking for the thumbs up and going, hey, it's okay to move forward.
No, I think it's great.
Okay.
Like we're okay.
I think that you'll see a lot of response from this. We're waiting. Sadie's got all the links set up to where she can start advertising, and then those people are going to start registering, and you're going to see people coming in going to Polar Express. So
Sounds good.
and we won't interfere with the town's Christmas with their carriage.
right, Dan.
We won't be anywhere around. So, thank
Sounds
you
good.
guys so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So I guess the only thing I have is just to be sure that we're on track we're okay with having our concert on that Friday night and blocking off the street. We've got the fire department on board and the police department, and they're gonna do their little demonstrations. We got a band, and the parlor will be open. So if that's, you're okay with that as well?
Yeah.
Thank you for your time, guys.
All right, thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, spin the agenda now. Bobby,
Okay,
how would you get up
if you
there?
don't mind, I can't stand up very long.
Okay, yeah.
If it's all right with you guys. I've got one thing here I'd like for John Paul to look at and verify that it is acceptable and legal. I could pass it around.
Sure.
Jack Burton said that he might, I'll get it over here.
Just trying to help.
He might be here, but he said he had a doctor's appointment to testify to this statement.
Okay.
This is from the recorder's office, where I bought the piece of property that created the argument of the reason why I'm here. I am no longer able to defend myself. But I'm not going to stand there and let some guy cuss me and call me every name in the book without a fight. Now, the police want to call it a civil matter, but civil matters cause criminal matters. Somebody's going to get hurt. Somebody's going to go to jail. I don't want to be that one. Without you guys' help, I'm useless.
So,
So Bobby, what, is this the one where the what we talked about the other day where the extension of the street goes between the two lots?
No, well, yes and no. There is a question pertaining to that here in the future. But what we're talking about is this here little rectangle right here that was that piece of statement there from Jack Burton, where he sold it to me. For some reason or another, Jack went and reserved that piece of property when he sold it to Eugene Waldridge, which was 13 feet.
So you're talking about where this description that John R. Burton transferred to you and your wife,
Yes.
he accepted 60 feet off of the south side. Right? Yeah, it says
I took it-
also lot 364 of the town of Orleans accepting 60
Waldridge
feet.
owns that 63 feet. And he saved 17 feet, which would have made it 80 feet to make the total lot width. Now, why he did it, I have no clue. That's the reason why I was hoping he'd be here. But anyway, that thing has caused more grief in this town than anything I've ever
But
seen.
you're talking about you're talking about the unimproved portion that's right here.
Yeah,
And-
that
and-
rectangle right there.
Yeah, and it's,
That
and
right
it's,
there.
and it's extension
Right
of
there.
Fifth Street that just hasn't been finished.
Well, there is a surveyor's marker on the middle of the extension of Fifth Street, approximately 20 foot off the road.
But isn't
Am I close? You've seen it many
Yeah,
times.
I've seen that.
But isn't the problem that you and your neighbor can't agree on the occupation of the extension of Fifth Street?
I don't think there's a question because I thought we cleared that up. But from my understanding, from what he said, that a police officer came up there and told him that he owned half of that right of way. That is not what we came up with. There was a misprint in the paper, and Johnny, myself, and the people at the courthouse come up with the answer. Mr. Cooper is not available this week for me to talk to down at the surveyors. But I would like to know whose responsibility is it to prove that marker that he said was mine for the location of my property line sits in the middle and 20 feet away from the road. You know, I don't think I should have to pay more to prove my problem.
Is that the piece we're talking about, do you know?
That's the same
Yeah,
picture as this.
it's in the purple there.
Yeah, and it's in your name.
Well, nobody else knows it. Nobody else hears it. Nobody else agrees on it. But that started the whole problem
Yeah.
because I had my property surveyed, not for the principle of argument, but for the insurance purposes. If I would die, that my wife could sell anything or everything and identify where it went to and where it came from. It was only for an insurance purposes only. I took April, which is the lady that lives in the trailer causing all the problems,
That's the street right there.
around
It was not closed.
and showed her every surveyor marker I had.
That's what I thought.
And it, quite a few surveyor markers. There's one that's really confusing.
This and this.
It's on
is
the
not same.
extension
No.
of Fifth
This is something
Street.
different here.
It overlaps like
This is
20
right
feet
here.
here.
Well, that's
But it-
part of that surplus.
That 20 feet goes this way,
Says-
and the other surveyor marker that's this way comes
Given to them
from the road
in
from
a circle.
Adams Street. It's confusing.
This is it.
And if you don't take time to look at it and look at the prints and
That would
everything,
be right over here.
it's gonna lose you.
It would
But
be this right. here.
April and Herb comes out there and
This is the extension.
takes
right here.
pictures, cusses me, threatens me. They come out there and cuss the
So here's
people that
Fifth
took the
Street.
gas lines out
That's Blackhurst.
on one of my houses
This is the street.
and on their
Right,
trailer.
yes, that's it.
And they
He's
said,
talking about
what's the
this.
matter with that woman?
It's, his property.
She ran off
That's
one of
the
the
street.
contractors
But
that
he's
I
talking
had
about this
there
piece right here.
to put a roof on
That-
that, Leduc
I don't
house.
know.
She ran them off of that damn
That was
right away.
Yeah, I don't.
It's absurd. I mean, you can't even get out of the house
because it was
without
this.
being cussed or screamed at or
He's talking
threatened.
about a
He's
piece
talking
of-
about that.
Fed up with it,
4A right there.
I'm gonna do whatever I have to do.
Yes.
364.
Don't make me go there. Don't
We
make
don't
me
have
go
nothing to
there.
do with that.
You know me well enough.
So Bobby, is
Don't
this,
make me go there.
Bobby, is this right here, is
Yes,
this 364A what you're talking about?
I told you and I showed you 3 times that right there is what I am talking about.
Yeah, and that's you
What
own that.
started the whole,
According to this anyway.
well, they won't listen though.
Who's they?
Herb and April.
But you,
That's what it all started about. And now they're addressing the issue of they own to that surveyor marker. They even stuck a stick up in there, a metal rod, right beside my surveyor marker and says, that's my surveyor's marker. Well, I says, hey, if you guys want to go and get you a surveyor, I'm glad to give whatever he says or take whatever he says. You know, I'm not here to argue the ground. I'm here to argue whether it's in the benefit of my wife to have it surveyed and be able to sell it with a free title on it.
Is this 364A, is this part of what we had that quiet title action about years ago?
I can't really answer that, John Paul.
I don't think it was. I think-
Because you got
I think these were the alley. I think it was the alley here and the alley there.
And like I said, I was hoping he would come tonight, but he said they had a doctor's appointment, and he wasn't gonna be able to make it here at this time, so.
You're fighting with Herb, what's the last name?
Excuse me?
Herb, who are you fighting with? I wasn't clear on that.
Herb, Jones,
Jones.
and April. But
But the police were called, you were arguing over
Well,
the property
we
line.
were arguing because I was there spraying that surveyor's marker, which I carried and put a green PVC pipe around so that I could locate it for my wife and my family if something happened. It wasn't there for an argument, it was there for a purpose.
What's that peg somebody's put in the middle of that extension of Fifth Street going north?
What's that?
Going north from Adams,
Yeah,
there's a street there.
Yeah.
Extends back in there. Somebody right in the middle of that has put a steel post.
that Herb and April put that there right beside that surveyor marker that I had. It's buried flush with the ground and PVC pipe.
Well,
And they threw out a piece of cross tie about this long, 8 by 8, and they keep moving it around and moving it around. Well, they were not there the day that I was spraying for weeds. So I went over to spray around that surveyor's marker, and I sprayed around that cross tie, and then they pulled up, and that's when it started. He told her to go get the police.
well,
She left.
that where that peg is not belong to him or you either one.
Well, I know that. I know that. But that's what I'm here to ask as my second question. Do you think it's my responsibility to clarify that surveyor's marker that somebody was paid to put there? And he says that is the establishing point of where the survey starts.
Does he believe that street's been closed?
Huh?
Does he believe that street has been closed and he
Well,
owns
I
that?
can't tell you that, John. That's the reason why I was telling you that Cooper wasn't there down at the
Looking at
surveyor's marker.
where that peg is, whoever put it there, it seems to be that somebody thinks that's already been closed and divided between the two property owners.
Well, that's what I was trying to tell you. Some law officers, what Herb said, told him that he owned from that surveyor's marker that away toward his trailer. And I said, Herb, you got it all wrong, man. They made a mistake in the meetings. They made a mistake. They corrected it. And this is just a continuation of Fifth Street. He did not want to listen. He wanted to fight. We're not going to go there. We're not going to go there, people. I'm going to tell you that right now. We're not
Well, you
gonna
need
go
to
there.
call the police anytime you got a confrontation. That's what you can't handle yourself. And, you
I
know,
can't-
obviously, a crime's committed. You don't want to be there either, Bobby.
Huh?
I said, you said you might escalate and, think, you want to get the police there before that starts.
How do you know it's going to start when you're out there spraying and nobody's there and they pull up behind you and then they start cussing you and threatening and making names on you? What do? I did not raise my voice and I told him, I said, Herb, you don't know what you're talking about.
But you need to call 911 no matter. If it's a confrontation that might escalate, you need to, make that effort anyway.
I do not.
I'm looking at it from a law enforcement
I do
standpoint.
not carry a cell phone. I do not own one. My wife carries one, but I don't carry her with me.
Well, you might want to carry it because I'm not, just from a law enforcement standpoint, I was in law enforcement for almost 30 years. You want to, okay.
Like I said, I don't know how you feel about it being an ex-law officer, but when a guy sits there and calls you a chicken shit bastard and calls you every name in the book, that is promoting a fight or an argument that you don't want to get into. And I didn't want to get into it. I never raised my voice, and they lied as a testimony to the police officers because she left the scene, and that's when it got nasty.
Bobby, what I would suggest is talk to the surveyor
Huh?
Talk to the surveyor, talk to Matt about that and figure out exactly where that 364A.
No, we're not gonna argue about the 264 anymore. That's an established thing right there. The actual problem is now, is they wanna stick that stake up in the middle of the road. They wanna park that,
So we're talking
You're talking about here.
about.
we're talking about the extension of Fifth Street
Oh,
now.
yes. So this doesn't have anything to do with this.
Well, yes, it does, because it's what precipitated it all.
You're talking about this area is in dispute.
Well, I'm talking about basically
Where's Herb live?
right here where the stake is.
Okay.
Where's
all
Herb
right,
live?
okay.
Huh?
Where's Herb live?
I guess, is he on these two? Is it?
These two lots here, he,
Who owns this one?
Probably all three.
Beckler, Blacker owns it. Pete Blacker.
And you own 36?
Well,
Don't got anything around that. So Pete Blacker owns all three of them?
No,
Huh?
Herb.
Pete Blacker own all three of them?
I can't answer that.
Like this one, and that one? Because it says, according to Evelyn, whatever that thing's
Elevate.
called, he owns all three of them. So Herb lives in the trailer. Is that right? I don't know.
Yes, Herb
Okay.
lives there, and he said that he had that under contract.
Well,
Well,
he may.
I went and checked the records. It is not on contract. It went way back into the early or late 90s. There was a guy, a Mexican, had bought that on contract, stayed there about a year and left.
Okay. So he stuck a stick there in the middle of this right here.
He stuck the stick up in there, and
That
he
is-
says that's our surveyor marker.
Yeah.
He has not had it surveyed. If they want to correct this problem, then tell them to have it surveyed, and we'll go by their surveyor's marker.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to get in it. I'll
Okay.
tell you right now, 80 years old, less is more.
Sure, I understand.
Less is more.
Well, I mean, unless something has changed, that is still a town
Platted Street.
platted street that is not,
Yes.
that is not open.
Yes. Well, there are
So-
some questions
Yeah.
pertaining to that
Yeah.
too, but I can't get anybody to answer it. I've paid taxes on it for 50 years.
See,
When they talk about the surplus north of my two lots, that goes all the way across over to Fifth Street. Now, that surplus north, huh? Who owns that?
well, I think you do, right?
Well, okay. Now, I am willing to move whatever I have to move to make it right for me and the town. But in the process of making mine right, you gotta make them right. You can't make them threatening me because I ain't gonna tolerate it much longer.
So you were spraying on Fifth Street?
Huh?
You were spraying on the extension of Fifth Street when they came out and talked to you?
I think it's your responsibility as a representative of the town is to mail in a letter and says, I looked at all the paperwork, here's what we got. I think it's you owe us, the town people, that letter sent to her and send me a copy to verify that it was sent.
Just let them know that they don't, that still is.
Well, they have a misunderstanding
Sounds like
and
it is.
get with you people or get with him or get with somebody because he doesn't want to listen to what I've got.
I see what you're saying, yeah.
Hey, here's the catcher. I caught him with 2 Orleans police officers stealing electricity off of my property. Richard Dixon, Alex Feud. I called them down. I said, I want you to come and see this. Because I was dead on my back with surgery for 3 months. And my wife just kept asking me, what? I thought you told me all the power was turned off on that panel. Well, it was. I turned all the 220 breakers and most of the inside breakers off, but I failed to turn off one of the outside breakers for a receptacle outside. He ran an extension cord from that trailer to his trailer and stole electricity for 3 months.
That's been several years ago.
That's been quite a few years ago.
He's not doing it now, I hope.
Well, who knows? Like I said, I do well to get out of the house before noon. I do well to get out of the house. So you've got a problem more so than what you think, because I've caught him 2 other times stealing from other people. I told them, and they said, if he has to steal to survive, let him have it.
But Bobby, I just want to be clear, what we're talking about is the unimproved portion of Fifth Street.
Yeah.
Well, that's what he's talking about now, but it all precipitated from that one little rectangle I showed you. I mean, he said I stole it off of it. I just took what the surveyor said was mine.
Right, but that piece is owned by you.
Yeah.
The only thing we have jurisdiction over would be the extension of Fifth Street.
Well, that's what it all precipitated over.
I understand
Last
it's,
weekend.
I know, but that's the portion that you want us to look into and clarify.
I want the stake removed. If I have to remove that surveyor's marker, then I think that the town, because it's the town surveyor's job to verify that that surveyor's marker is correct. I'm not remove that surveyor's marker if it's wrong. But if it's right for any reason, for
You're
whatever
talking
he gives you as a
You're
reason,
talking about yours that
Yes.
you've had.
Yes.
But yours isn't in the middle of the, what would you?
yes, it is.
Oh,
Wait a minute,
okay.
wait a
Yes,
minute.
it is.
Wait a minute, though. Just because there's a surveyor marker there doesn't mean it's a boundary. It could be a reference point.
Well, that's what it could be. But they're not taking it that. They're taking it that's their property.
I understand, but let us clarify why that marker's there, and then we'll get back with you.
Well, I'm going to talk to Cooper whenever he gets back next week off of vacation or wherever he's at.
Okay,
Believe me, when the day I saw you down at the courthouse, I spent all day down there getting this paperwork done.
and then after you talk to Matt, have him call me.
Why don't you call him?
Well, because you want to talk to him about it.
Yeah,
You want to talk to him about it.
I'd like to have some, if that's not the correct surveyor's marker, then the one on the north end of that is wrong too.
But Bob, you have to understand though, there could be a surveyor marker out there in the middle of that street. It doesn't mean it's a boundary line. It could be a reference point. You understand
I
that?
understand that.
You see
not
what I'm
a lawyer.
saying? Well, I mean, but you keep saying a survey marker. Well, there could be a survey marker in the middle of that street. It doesn't mean that either side owns to that marker.
No, I agree with that.
Right. So let me check with Matt and ask him why that marker's there. And then we may be able to figure it out from there.
Because if, like I said, if the south end's wrong, then the north end's wrong. Then we need to get Mr. Matt up here and then says, well, hey, this is incorrect. I'd like to have it done over again. Because
Whose
that was
marker
supposed
is
to be
it?
my property lines that he was surveying.
What's it say on the top? Whose marker is it?
Well, I think it's got my name on it.
No, it should have the surveyor's name.
Well, it's got Cooper, the other guy's
Bledsoe,
name.
like back when he worked for Bledsoe, Rickard and Tab, or, a survey marker will have the surveyor's name
It's got
on
the
it.
tap on everything on it.
Yeah.
Or it did have.
Yeah, so let me check into it.
Won't we have him look into that, we'll see what that is and go from there.
But I'm telling you, it's no fun getting up in the morning and can't go outside because you're afraid. And I'm not afraid of him. I'm not afraid to
I
fight.
believe
But
our
I'm
police.
afraid what the results are gonna come
I
out.
believe if you have any kind of worry about confrontation, call the police and they will come.
They didn't want to.
Well, I think
They didn't want to.
I think they will.
Well, okay, I'll get out of here and leave you guys alone. I'm sorry for the inconvenience.
That's okay.
Somebody's gonna take care of this problem. I
John's gonna
can't do it by
John's
myself.
gonna look into it. John
I
Paul's
can't do
gonna
it by
look into
myself.
And I feel quite confident the police will come if there's going to be a confrontation.
Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you, Bobby.
I see our chief's not here,
No, we got Ronnie's not here.
and Ronnie's not here, so we're just gonna skip over. We've seen most of the reports, everything was good. Water systems, Daniel, did that, there's a leak by our church. Did you pass that along? Okay, I'll forget
Is it
that.
a leak or is it your sump pump? Because I did dig it up one time, your sump pump lines right there.
I don't think we have something up in the basement.
I guess, there was a water puddle standing there one,
Yeah.
there
Yeah.
was a
I
water
don't know,
puddle
maybe-
standing there one time and I
Wonder
was
where
this
the
close
water-
to calling in locates.
Yeah.
And I thought, I'm gonna shovel around here.
Where that water would be coming from, our basement's dry.
Yeah, I don't know. I will look
Okay.
at it in the morning.
I guess maybe the air conditioners go into it, we would pump air conditioning water out, I reckon, wouldn't it?
Yeah, good.
I don't know.
I'll look at
I
it
have no
in the
idea.
morning.
I'm just doing what my wife told me.
Absolutely, I understand.
We all understand.
Okay, go ahead, I'm sorry.
I'm thinking about taking Matt, we better extend his vacation.
Yeah.
I've already heard that about 5 times.
Yeah. Well, the tower's gonna get worked on, I saw.
Yeah, a little bit of change of plans now. We're having some trouble with our south control valves. Josh is working on getting somebody lined up to get those fixed. But they were scheduled to be here next Wednesday. When I talked to them this week and said since they've already got the work schedule, if I was okay with it, instead of draining it, do a full wash down, they're gonna launch a, do an ROV, they called it. They're gonna launch a submarine in it, inspect it from the inside with the water in it, so.
Okay.
And then report back if there's any need for an emergency wash down, report back to us.
And I guess we're all ready for the community crossing match. Right? Yes.
We did get our water loss audit turned in,
Okay.
and they're just barely under 25.
Okay. Sidewalks.
We've been working with Bill. I've been on him this week, Daniel's too, so he said he would get in and get us a price, so I'm staying on it.
Okay.
Did you see him getting up to?
Do we do this fall, kind of like?
No, we've already scheduled that, that's just
All
for
right.
information.
I'm just kind of going through the items here. You guys got anything for Daniel? Water, planning, streets? Scott?
Yeah, wastewater's doing well. We've held up to the weather, so that's good. Grant, I did talk to Chris today, but we had a couple inches of rain last night, but he didn't call, so I'm assuming everything was good.
We didn't get as much as Joe did.
Oh, didn't?
Yeah.
That's good. They got a bunch up in Bedford as well, so you guys got lucky. Yeah, so I've been busy with a few plants because of flooding up the mountain.
Yeah.
Everywhere else.
Yeah.
But, it's, we're in good shape right now. It's August, about October, we'll start making adjustments for winter.
All right. Sounds good. Anything else? Got any questions? Dennis, we're up to you.
Did you?
Yes, they got a report.
That was
Yeah,
just some of the
yeah, we did
things
get your report.
I've been working on, but one of the things you guys had, or somebody had asked about this week was Darlabel's trailer over there.
Yeah.
I talked to her again this morning, and her son's supposed to be back from vacation Monday. And they had somebody hired to tear it apart, but anyway, they think he might have quit. So
I'm not surprised.
she said that her son said he would get on it.
Yeah.
As soon as he gets back, so.
The property there on Vincennes, they're actually, I don't know, what are the address? I call it Vincennes. Yeah, the one that needs to be tore down.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think we need to give them 90 days or 60 days to tear it down, do we? Do we have to?
How long they been working on it already?
Well,
I don't think they've done anything.
it had tornado, was damaged, tornado, that was when the tornado hit last March. It had all those cars, and we got the cars out of there. But I mean, the house needs to be torn down. That's just pure.
So are they, what I read was they were tearing it down.
No, they haven't done anything.
Not on that one, no.
No.
The Lloyd property?
Yeah.
Well, I sent that email back. I'm having trouble getting him served.
Yeah, that's the one that.
Yeah, and I can only go by the addresses. And
That's
he
the only-
said he's not living there. And then I had a Bedford address,
Yeah, that's all we had
Was the
before.
last on that.
and I, I'm just having trouble getting him served. So, I guess if we can't find him, we'll just have to publish.
Well, that probably needs to be.
I mean, is there anything we could do like an emergency to?
Well, we have to serve, we have to at least publish
Okay,
like a notice in the paper that,
can we do that?
yes, yeah, but
It's pitiful, and the neighbors have put up with that a long.
Well, but I mean, we still have to follow the law.
right.
So what would be your suggestion as to do it the quickest now that we can't get on?
If we don't have an address where we can serve him, then we'll have to publish a notice in the paper that he's got so long to respond, and then if he doesn't, we'll ask the judge for a default.
You want to do that?
Sounds, yeah.
Does that sound okay to you, John?
Yeah.
All right, would you, I guess,
Yep.
let us know what we need to publish and.
Yeah, I'll send, well, I'll get a notice to John to put in the paper.
And can we give him the least amount of time necessary, if it's 30 days or?
So typically, when we publish, he has 30 days from the last day of publication
Okay.
to respond.
Okay, let's do that. And then if that's the case, then we could hire somebody just to tear it down.
Yes.
And we may have to do that on that trailer if we can't get something moving on.
Yeah.
If that's
Well,
going on.
I know, but she has, at least wise, there has been a little, they cut down a big tree, they've got, a third of the trailer gone, I guess would be the best way to put it, so.
I thought if they have,
And-
see if anything happens in the next week.
And honestly, across the street's not much better. But
The cars,
it's, yeah, I mean, they spent a lot of money putting a new roof on this house. And it,
yeah, I just tried sending him a letter just the other day, so
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll hear anything out of him or not, but I don't think anybody lives there anymore.
the people up here, I think they know that they're being fined now, or it's in the
You're
process.
talking about Amy Mills?
Yeah, I think it's right up here, yeah.
I went through there again
They've got
today.
they've got a great big dumpster in their yard.
Yeah,
We,
today,
we're trying to help them.
Oh.
If they'll put
So it's
stuff in.
our trailer, we put the dumpster in there?
In the past as an incentive, whenever all else
Well,
fails,
it is full.
well, that's good. That's what we encourage them
There
to
was
do.
two guys there with a dump trailer this morning.
Okay.
Loading stuff into the dump
Well,
trailer.
when I went by there just a little bit ago, they had the dumpster and it looked like it was pretty full. But also
See
looked
how
like
it
there's still a
goes.
lot of stuff there.
Yeah, there's still a lot, I think, but, yeah, her time ran out yesterday on the fine part,
So,
you know.
So the judge gave her, so many days to get it cleaned up and then $25 a day fine after that time.
so what do we do to make sure we're doing?
So we have another court date set.
Okay.
We have another court date set, and the ruling was that she pays the fine till it's compliant.
Okay, sounds
And
good.
so Dennis would make that judgment whether or not it was compliant. And the same with Scott Carr's property.
He hasn't
So-
touched it.
Yeah.
I've been through there again.
And
so-
John went and looked at.
Yeah.
Robert went and looked
So
at
I think we need to
Henderson.
make sure that we start the fines.
It's bad too.
Yeah.
North Roosevelt.
So you want me to start pursuing on Tom Henderson?
I think we should. What do you think?
Yeah, it's gonna be, we would drive through the street. We
Yeah.
would get through
Yeah,
some.
let's start the same thing there.
Okay.
Also on that one, I was looking at that one in North Road, I was trying to figure, I've been driving around.
Just
If
going
it is
over
that-
up
is it
those
just an
40
abandoned house or with a bunch of,
That's not abandoned.
maybe I'm at the wrong house, I don't know.
When you get on Roosevelt, here's north, you just keep going until you can't
That's
go any
my
further.
house.
Look at your-
Oh,
That's
it's in
right
that
on the
corner.
corner up there.
Yeah, I'm in the wrong.
Turn, you're in Essex.
Yeah, I know.
So, yeah, let's go ahead. There's no reason not to go ahead and just,
Well, we need to keep moving
yeah.
forward.
And
I haven't got any complaints up there yet, and I'm surprised that usually this time of year, the school buses can't make that turn.
yeah, that's right.
Because of the junk?
Yeah. Has he still got the school bus?
Well, I don't know. I have to look
Maybe
around.
Part
it's
of
coming
us
out.
was sitting in Essex parking lot.
Yeah, it was sitting back in that tree line.
But he's added some of them, so you gotta go to really appreciate that. You gotta go down.
That one on
Yeah.
Dennis Harding looked like it is cleaned up a little bit better after we left that last meeting. The storms or whatever you said in there, I did, because I travel that way on my way home.
Yeah.
So it's. looks
Yeah,
a little
it's
better.
way better than it used to be. I know it was really bad before.
Did you have anything else for us?
The only other thing was the Boswell house down here on East Jefferson across from the Monon.
Lewis Williams.
It's got the hole
Oh,
in the roof of
okay.
the wall.
Yeah,
I talked to her again a few days ago, and she said, again, she would tell her son Jack, because he was the one that's supposed to be getting it torn down. But
That's been going on. for-
I would say that,
I told her to tell him to either call this week or stop in here and tell somebody what's going on, and none of them's been in,
I
so,
would say that we should just go ahead and start
yeah.
the first process of having a hearing. Is that the first thing?
You've already sent them a notice, haven't you?
Well, I'd have to look to see which kind of letter I sent to begin with, but then she came in and got a demolition permit instead of fixing the place. And that's been a few months back.
So it's probably about ready to expire. Nothing else.
Yeah, like on their application, I think it was July something that it was supposed to be finished, and they hadn't even started, so.
So do you need to send them a notice to demolish it? So typically you would send them that notice that we've looked at before, and you would put demolition, and demolition is one of those where they have an opportunity to come
Yeah.
before the council. So
So you
are you
want me
going
to send them a 30-day
yes.
notice on that?
And then our meeting either, well, we're 2 weeks, so we can, yeah. So like, you can either put the 5th or the third weekend, the
Yeah.
third Thursday in
Yeah.
September as a date they can come before the council and review that decision. And then if they don't show up to that hearing, then we can start the process.
Is that the one about 2 doors down, a 2-story house? It's got some of the roof missing on
Yeah,
it?
the tree went through the east side.
And that, what's their names?
That's Linda Boswell is the mom, and
Who owns it?
I think it's in her name.
Linda Boswell.
That'd be the 17th of September is our regular meeting.
And you know, sometimes we've offered, and Daniel reminded me just now, in some cases, we went and said, hey, if you turn this over, the town will come in and we'll tear this down. You know, I mean, Daniel could have that down in just a little bit.
Yeah, she acted
Did
like
we
it was-
charge him for that? Or we just say do it as a goodwill gesture?
Normally, it was like, you pay for the dumpster, and we'll tear it down and load it in there.
So it's gonna be cheaper than to do it
Yeah,
on their own.
and tell them that, and say, here, you know, here's something I want you to think about. And then also solve your problem and I'll have to do it.
So do you think if they say they will bring or tear it down, if you furnish the dumpster, or if they furnish the dumpster and then the town will tear it down, or how?
As long as these 3 guys are fine with it, I'm fine.
Well, I think what we've done before, is we paid for the dumpster and they paid for the dumpster and we tore it down.
That's right.
What is a dumpster cost, do you know?
The small one's about $600 for a week. I learned from the church. The small one was, I think,
That's
$600.
20 yards. Now 40 yards higher than that.
Yeah, that's the small one, yeah.
That's just been something we've used in the past with some success.
So
You
we'll
might-
pay, we'll pay the. we'll pay
It
the
sounds
donation.
like if you want to, tell them if they'll buy a dumpster, and it has to be big enough for the whole thing, it can't be a small one. They big, that the town will come up there and rip that house in.
And so they know they have to pay for
One
it.
dumpster, 40-yard dumpster for a house.
It'd take more than one. I don't know, so,
Normally it does.
okay, tell them it might take two or
We
three.
use- We use 2.
It'll probably take 4 or 5. for that.
Okay, tell them it might take 4 or 5.
Okay.
And if not, we're gonna proceed.
Okay.
Okay? So anything else, guys, on that? Old business, town
And I
appointment.
would tell that lady with the trailer the same thing.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad
She'll
thing.
get a dumpster in
Yeah.
there.
That
Yeah.
could be
We'll
gone in
finish it
30
all.
minutes.
Yeah.
Did we, what about this fall cleanup? Did we say anything about that?
We set the date for that, so that's the week of October the 5th.
And the sidewalk. and all
We're
that.
trying to get Bill to,
We had a guy, Chad, come in and talk to Robert about a sidewalk up there by the school. And I think we misunderstood him, Robert. He's talking about on Wilson Street between Second, the entrance to the high school on Second and the bridge. Is what he told me.
I thought you used
And
my
then
eyes.
I went up there and looked at it, but I'm not sure how much good it'll do. But their sidewalk comes down on that drive-through, you know, where you take kids to school. That sidewalk comes down there to the corner of Second and Wilson. And then on Eisenhower, it comes down there, but their the school sidewalks will probably piece up there. I don't know if you want the town to do that or not. Of course, there's still a doubt of whether that's a town street or school property.
You talk about on Eisenhower.
Yeah. We went through that several years ago, and I don't remember what the final outcome of that was, but I do know the school put up some signs about it being school property there for a while.
Yeah, I kind of remember that now, yeah.
But the signs are not there anymore, I don't think.
But first, they can put up signs.
Do you think there's any merit in putting a sidewalk along the north side of Wilson between them two roads or not?
So is that between,
That's part of it.
between the two drives?
Yeah.
Between Eisenhower and
Well,
Well, that's probably school property, isn't it?
it's the streets there. I mean, it would be
Be connected to Wilson Street.
Wilson Street's out, pretty sure 60-foot street. We'll put one there, and the other might want to go on the other side.
Well, we got a lot of places, we got a lot of priorities.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't be against telling them, this obviously be your guys' decision. If they pay for the concrete, we'll dig it out and put it in.
The school.
Yeah.
So is the school the one wanting to do that?
I don't know.
As an individual that's asked for it, bus driver.
Chad,
We'll talk to the school and see what they think.
Well, we can.
And, you know, when we're pouring concrete for our sidewalks, if we would dig it, if we'll get it set up right if you pay for the concrete. We'll do that. That sound like a good idea for everybody?
We can talk to Mr. Ellis.
just make it part of our concrete project. Is that?
There are just some other streets there. There are other places that probably need it worse, is the only thing.
Oh, I think so.
Yeah. So, but if they pay for that concrete, that would.
We'll ask them.
Okay. Okay, town appointments,
We have some vacancies due to Randy's passing and that we need to get fulfilled. One thing, Region 15 has been approached me several times about getting somebody to serve on that board. We also have a vacancy on the Orange County Economic Development Partnership Board, and then Randy's seat is still vacant on the Planning Commission.
Is the liaison with the chamber, is that an official position or?
well, there's someone, the Region 15 Planning Commission, there's somebody that's thinking about that.
Okay. Well, they only have a few more meetings.
Yeah, I talked to them today, and I know Jonathan's not going to go down there for this next meeting, but that kind of pushed me to go ahead and I talked to them to discuss, what you do, some of the functions, so I'll volunteer to take that.
I think they only have 2 more meetings, but I need, for you tonight, Johnny Howard, I need you guys to formally appoint
Okay.
Jack as our
I'll
liaison.
make a motion that Jack be appointed to the Region 15
I'll
board for
second.
the rest of this year.
And I will second that. All those in favor say aye.
All right.
Aye. Anybody opposed? That's done.
So that's up to the reappointment.
The Planning Commission, does that have to be somebody from the town board, or it could be somebody, what's that have to
This
be?
was a town board appointment.
Okay.
And I know they want a percentage of elected officials on that board. I talked to them a little bit today.
It's not a given, but most of them are serving some elected official. So the planning commission is a town council seat. Not president, but as the seat on that board.
John, you want it?
Yeah, I think it.
Okay. Make a motion to appoint John Donovan.
Second that.
Yeah.
All in favor say aye. Aye.
That leaves the economic development partnership.
And they meet almost monthly. They meet at Paola or French Lake.
Does that have to be a elected official? Are they short on board members or anything?
Not really
They
sure.
got anything critical coming up?
Not that I'm aware of. Thomas also represents me as the chamber. Thomas sits on that board as my representative of the chamber.
We leave it open for a little bit. Want to?
Yeah, that'd be fun.
I mean, if
The-
you can, I'd go to the meetings, which is
Okay.
opposed.
you still need to be thinking about on the BZA, there's still a vacancy there because Kyle
And
Boston,
that, what does it have to be?
well, if he's a citizen,
Okay,
but he's moved out of town, and so we still have an opening on the BZA.
and is it Republican, Democrat, does it matter? It has to be a Republican, or doesn't have to
You
be?
got that list, it tells on that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I thought that was all, okay.
What is a BCA?
Some of them requires, BZA,
Yes.
you can't be on it.
Well, I'm just wondering.
It has
Just
to be
curious
a
what
ci-
that
it has-
stands for.
Board of Zoning Appeals.
Oh, yeah.
So if somebody makes a decision they don't like, they go to them.
Actually, it's your appointment, Johnny Howard, as a town council president, it has to be a citizen. And
Okay,
it cannot be on the planning commission.
and cannot be on the planning commission, okay. All right, let's see if I can find somebody, or if you think anybody else that would want to be on that. They don't meet very often.
No.
Okay. New business.
I sent you some information to look at. John and I have worked a little bit more on those budget estimates and kind of tried to explain that a little bit. What we ended up doing in order to fund the riverboat budget, we had to eliminate most of the remaining appropriations for 2026. So we removed majority of that money that was appropriated. We left some in there because we're paying the insurance, which is a big ticket item, and we're paying the trash out of that. And Daniel had already purchased a piece of equipment that we need to pay on. So we'll have that kind of finalized, and we need to advertise it here by the first part of September. And we
It's
will have,
already advertised in the paper this week as a reduction,
Well,
$150,500.
yeah, I'm talking about the budget too.
Okay.
But
So-
yes, so then at the work session, we'll have to do pass a resolution to reduce the money that was in the casino money, to reduce
So
those
what
totals.
is the riverboat budget?
We have a riverboat budget, which is not, it doesn't go, it's not tax money, but it's a budget. In order to spend that money, we have to appropriate.
Okay, but it's a casino money.
It's casino money.
Okay, it was like, when you say riverboat budget, it's like we're budgeting money to give to the
We don't,
riverboat.
no, we don't have one budget. We have several
That's a
budgets.
throwback from what they were to start with,
Yeah.
they were riverboat.
Okay, I got you. Okay, when you said that, I was trying to figure out what we were doing.
It's just like the airport budget, cemetery
Okay,
budget.
got you. Okay.
But that money can be appropriated for what you want.
You have some
There's no restrictions on it.
You have flexibility with the riverboat.
Okay, and so we'll take care of that.
We'll do that at the work session, and then we'll have to have a hearing.
Think about this $3,400 for the forklift, that leave enough money in there to pay for it, what are we gonna pay for it out? We may have to pay it out general, because I stripped it right down to the only thing left is money for that
I
backup.
think I've got some money, equipment money, yeah.
It's $3,400 that we're gonna owe for that.
Fork truck. Do we have it yet?
Yeah, hell, it was already been paid.
That's how I get.
I got it on a Kirby hardware,
you know?
probably our most expensive one.
Did you get it before or after, June 30th? It was after.
It had to be after
Last
June
night.
30th, yeah.
Okay. Well, it'll have to be paid somewhere besides casino.
Okay.
And then we will have a hearing of the September regular meeting, September 17th will be a public hearing, and then we will adopt the budget at the regular October meeting.
How's our budget looking for next
Well, except for the casino, that's really a major concern.
We are getting a 6% growth motion on property taxes, which has helped. It's been 4 for the last few years. I thought it was frozen at 4 for the next 5, but apparently that's not right.
And we did meet, John and I met with one of our AIM people today who are going around meeting with cities and towns. You know, there's still a whole lot of unknowns what happens with this Senate Bill 1. And, you know, we think Senator Cook has indicated that there's going to be some changes made when the General Assembly reconvenes in November. But, I mean, it's going to change the way we've done things for a long time across the board to cities and towns.
I don't know if this had anything to do with that, I'm sure, but I noticed that the townships, we'll probably lose several townships here in our county.
Yeah.
And so would any of that come to the town of Orleans?
We might be, I don't know about forced, but we probably gonna be open to, merger with some town.
I'm worried about that.
It could possibly even be Orleans, Northeast and Orangeville, and Orleans merged. But it's so convoluted and so forth that, they're undergoing a point system right now.
I saw that, I read the whole thing, and
Okay.
I understand a
When
little
you
of it.
get 4 points, you're gonna have to merge.
Yeah.
And, everybody except Phil and French Leg, it's got 3 points already. And it's just ever how they've done their work in the past.
Yeah.
Kind of determines, but there's a few others too, like Stamford Street, they have some, vacancies on their general election ballot and was not filled until for a year and a half, so that's a
point.
That's a point.
Yeah.
And, and then you gotta have at least 24 requests, and there's a lot that have 1 or 2,
Yeah.
less than 5. But it's,
I just wondered if Orleans would end up absorbing some of that or joining
I
out.
don't know
What
if
do
we
we
have
call
a
it?
choice or not have a choice. The final decision is an ordinance by the county commission. And talking about Robert, meeting with the, in that big meeting with the guy at Moon, if you read that law, the county's pretty well in the driver's seat on
It kind of sounds like
the
it.
whole thing on lead.
Yeah.
And there's a committee supposed to be formed by October and reach a decision, a recommendation by the end of the year to submit to, the OGF about the division.
Are they trying to force towns to have their own income tax, so to speak?
Well, we're, if you're less than 3,500 population, you have no choice, you gotta go to the council. If you're over 3,500, which Phil was the only one that
Would be able to do that.
they have the opportunity to levy their own.
Okay, so we would never have anyway.
Well, that's the increase our population.
Yeah. But I just got the feeling that the state's trying to just push things over onto other people all the time.
Well, that's new, puts
It's
a
been that
lot,
way forever, John.
it puts a lot of, gives the county a lot of authority.
Yeah.
Now,
Okay.
the only thing about the casino, the casino has been a great thing for us because we've been able to do a lot of things that we wouldn't have been able to do otherwise. And we didn't go crazy, but we've done some things good for the town down through the years. The problem is that, we're no longer getting the income as we once did, and it's not keeping up with the receipts. So,
And it's not gonna get better.
it's not going to get better, it's going to probably get worse.
Yeah.
And the casino's been, it's kind of a go-to fund that when we wanted something, we had a special project or we had something we wanted to do, we kind of went into the casino. But that's not going to be a real healthy.
But we haven't been doing that lately, but we've been paying the 2 major.
Yeah.
Things out with.
Right. And that we may still have to tweak that some too, going forward about the insurance. So we'll keep you posted about that.
Probably one of the first things we may look at one day is trash.
Yeah. I'm gonna say that's probably gonna be something sooner than later.
Not today. Any other thing? Daniel, you, in your thing, you said, talking about the playground equipment, you think we should focus on Sulphur Spring?
Yeah, just in my head, if we're gonna look harder at one than the other, I would go with that one first, just because there's equipment down there. It's older, it's not in that shape. There is equipment at Concord Square, there's not swings at Sulphur.
Oh, we're gonna go back and look, there is $3,600, it's in the bicentennial, it's not in, we'd have to take the action to be able to expend that money.
Yeah.
But it was earmarked money that was left over. So if TriCappa had still pledged their $2,500, we'd have $3,600.
So we have about a little over 5,000.
And then Daniel does the install.
I thought the total cost was 12,000.
Yeah, I think so.
But we would have 6,000 there.
And Daniel would do the work.
Yeah.
And we'd have some cost savings there.
So maybe we should just focus on that for now.
Yeah, I just wanted that other, just to get that in the pipeline at some point down, I mean, that merry-go-round's gonna have to go sooner or later.
We're gonna have to start prioritizing some things too. In the future.
Okay. Anything else from anybody?
I put that on there, the AIM Summit, which is our annual conference. John is giving me his information, so usually sign John up. Randy has gone and participated, Jack, and you might enjoy that. It's a conference. You don't have to go down there all week. It's 2 or 3 days. There's also a Wednesday session that I usually go to in Daniel, and there'll be some educational workshops. There's a chance to kind of network with other cities and towns. And if you want to take part in that, well, I'll get with you. We'll get you registered. And I assume, unless you tell me differently, that I will be making the reservations for the Commonwealth's dinner.
Yeah. When is it?
It's on the
21st or
21st, I think.
Is it October or September?
It's in September, during this AIM thing.
September 29th.
It's 29th. So if you and your lovely bride wants to go, just let me know so I can make a ticket. or
Yeah,
reservation.
we'll be in there. We're leaving actually that Friday.
I think we signed up online.
Did you already do that?
Yeah, I mean, you might want to go.
I'll check that.
I'm sure I did.
I'm sure you did. I'll take care of that.
Okay.
That's all I have, Mr. President.
Sewer adjustments?
I'll make a motion to approve the sewer adjustment.
A second.
All those in favor of sewer adjustment, say aye. Got any resolutions?
Yeah, no resolution.
We've got some claims to
I
sign.
have some bills we need to pay.
Any motion to sign the claims?
Make a motion.
Second.
All those in favor of signing our claims, paying their bills, say aye.
I had one other small thing.
Okay.
And maybe this is more of a Robert thing. The sign and everything's put up for the pickleball court for Randy, ready to go,
Oh, okay.
whenever you guys want to schedule.
And I met with Jackie this week, and I originally was gonna do it next, the 27th, but I'm gonna have some surgery, so Jackie wanted to wait until, after, probably maybe after Labor Day.
Okay.
When their family can
Maybe,
be here.
Uh,
Yeah, we put about half off of it.
Our,
You're not gonna be out of town, aren't you, Johnny? I mean, after Labor Day, will you be here?
no, I'll be here. Yeah, like, what you think I'll be out of town? Or I usually am or something? No, I'll be here. September 2nd is our regular meeting. Maybe we do it after that.
I was trying to do it with John Paul, and he wanted to come.
Yeah.
We wanted to have,
Think that'd work?
their boys that, we wanted to invite.
Yeah, like
Randy's
after the
sons.
morning meeting.
Yeah, after the morning meeting.
Yeah, that'd
Yeah.
work. 'Cause I usually schedule out till noon.
So maybe we'll kind of look at that, maybe say 10 o'clock or
Right.
10:30 or something like that.
I'm trying to do it so Jackie and the kids could.
Yeah, well, won't you check, see if that works for everybody?
Okay.
All right, anything else?
Make a motion, we adjourn.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
I don't know. He really did make a lot of sense. He's like,